everybody, this is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay, creator of the Mighty Mascots, and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. And I'm here with a special video. I figured I'd do some Christmas indie comic recommendations for you guys. And my selections are all over the place. I only chose five that I remember. Some are recent, and then other ones are like, from a few years ago and stuff like that. I mean, there's not a tremendous amount of holiday comics, but I'm trying to stay to indie books because I mean, and Marvel and DC usually do holiday specials every year and stuff, but I wanted to just highlight some of the indie books. And you know maybe if you're looking for something different for Christmas, like some of my picks have a little bit of horror element to them, but they're still like Christmas comics. So but yeah, let's get started. So the first one I wanted to recommend to you guys is this one. It's 21st Century Santa Stories #1. This is from American Mythology Comics, and this cover is by artist George Pacheco, who actually worked on one of my books, Hero Envy, and he did a cover for me for Mighty Mascots in my issue 4, 5, and 6 campaign. It was kind of a funny cover where it was like a breakfast cereal scene gone wrong. If you guys have it, which one I'm talking about. But this looks fun. It's so the whole theme of it is it's 21st century Santa stories. And I ordered a copy. I haven't gotten it yet, but I think it's coming in my next DCBS order. But it's supposed to be like stories like of Santa Claus. Like one of them is like Santa, what happens if Santa loses his job, or if a Christmas ornament comes to life, or it's supposed to kind of be an updated take on Christmas and some of the stories involved. So I thought it looked really fun. And plus, anything George does, I tend to just pick up because he's, a really fun artist. He's got a very nice cartoony style. He does a lot of work for American Mythology. He's done some of the Three Stooges comics and Casper and things like that. So yeah, so check it out. 21st Century Santa Stories. I believe it's in stores now. But like I'm my orders come in a little late because I do the DCBS mail order. So I may have this after Christmas, which won't be as good, but what are you gonna do? So 21st Century Santa Stories, which I thought looked a lot of fun. So American Mythologies, and you can find it on the preview site here. All right, my next one is Creepshow Holiday Special 2023. This one, it just looks like a lot of fun as well. I haven't read this one yet either. I have it on order as well. Should be getting it very soon. But the whole Creepshow Image comics have been great. Like they did a first miniseries, all 5 issues. It's like typical anthology stuff where some of it's good, some of it's kind of junk, but or some of them are mediocre, but mostly good. I'd say most of the stories in Creepshow have been great. Now, if it follows the regular comic, there's usually 2 stories in here, and it looks like it, just looking at the description here, it looks like there's one where they're trying to create this character called the Christmas Man. It's a horrifying holiday classic. And there's another one which from this guy Daniel Klouse, who I guess who worked on The Shape of Water. And there's another one about package thieves, like Amazon package porch thieves, and what goes wrong, cautionary tale in the Creepshow universe, But I love this cover with the creep kind of coming out of the Christmas tree. And there's a second variant cover that's really nice too. I mean, they do a good job with this book. I gotta admit, like they keep they're currently doing their second miniseries, and then they just released this. So I think it's gonna be a home run because I've loved the whole run, all the leading up to this one. So can't wait to get my hands on it. So that's my second choice for you guys, the Creepshow Holiday Special. Moving on, the next one is the Jingle Bell, the whole package. Now I couldn't find much on this. I guess it's a few years old, but now this character was created by Paul Dini, who worked on the great Batman animated and, Superman animated and Justice League and all that. And he worked on a bunch of mini series of this character that he created called Jingle Bell. He's also the creator of Harley Quinn, so I'm sure you know the name. Now, this character is supposed to be like Santa Claus's daughter, who is like rebellious and like, but she's always kind of does the right thing in the end. But this book that they put together is an omnibus of all the different series that Paul did with Jingle Bell, and there's like it's supersized with 340 pages. So that, I mean, they did quite a bit back in the day. Now these are going back. I think this started when I was still working at my comic book store back 20 years ago. So I remember I was collecting the mini series when they were coming out, and they were really a lot of fun. So I've been missing it. I may want to get, because I don't think I read the last couple of miniseries, so I may get this whole omnibus of the character and just check it out. It looks really cool. So it's on Amazon, and it's $30 for 340 pages is pretty good, And it's got some great people working on it. I saw Kyle Baker's name and Jay Bone and Mark Evanier, Sergio Aragones and Jeff Smith. There are a lot of cool names worked on this book. So I think this one's worth it. And I have read some of the early stuff, and I thought it was great. So very fun stuff. You could see it being a good cartoon, for kids and stuff, or a holiday special. I think it would work really well. So check out Jingle Bell, the whole package, and get the entire run. So all right, moving on. Another horror comic I have is Stuff and Nightmares Sleigh Ride. Now, I did a review recently about the most recent Stuff and Nightmares special, and it's very similar to the Creepshow comic, where it's a anthology with a horror host called the Nightmare Keeper. And usually the difference is that Stuff and Nightmares is usually just one story, or like they did a mini series, and the whole mini series one complete story. But this is a one shot, and it has to do with like a Santa Claus that's going nuts. From the description here, they're saying it's like about the mall Santa, and the malls are dying, so now this crazy mall Santa wants to inflict that same dying feeling on the populace. And this is another one I'm waiting for to get in my my online order. So I'm probably gonna end up reading all these holiday specials after the holidays, which kind of stinks, but it's the way it goes when you do DCBS and you only get your order once a month. But they have a lot of great covers. And the other great thing about this anthology is it is written by R.L. Stine, which you must know that name from horror or YA horror, from back in the day with Goosebumps and all that stuff. But I love the covers here. And I believe I got this one by Francesco Francavilla, which I really like his artwork and style. But all these covers are really cool. Like that one. I love this painted one. Have yourself a scary little Christmas. And then this one by Jay Lee is really cool too. So yeah, I highly recommend Stuff and Nightmares in general, not just the holiday special, but even just the regular stuff, because it's been really good, really fun horror stuff, and really well made. Like, always get great art, and everything about it is good. So I can't praise it enough. So check out that one, Stuff and Nightmares. And then that brings us to my final pick of the 5 here is Klouse by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. Then this is another one by Boom Studios, and they had a preview here, so I'll just scroll through the artwork. It basically reimagines the origin of Santa Claus, and but as this more like a tough warrior. And they did about I think they did 3 or 4 specials of this, and they were coming out consistently every Christmas. And this one I wasn't going to bother with, but my wife bought it, and I read it off of her, and I loved it. So I was like, every year, ever since they came out with one, I snagged it for her. Now, they were expensive at the time. They're a one shot, but it was 60 something pages, and it was $8 or something, which is crazy. But now that seems to be a common price now, with comics. But but also like the first time I saw Dan Mora's artwork, and man, the dude is good artist. Like he's been doing, I think, the Superman World and Batman World's Finest for comic for DC right now. But man, is his artwork awesome. But it's super action packed, and it's super fantasy, and it just adventure, and it tries to delve into different aspects of Christmas, like Krampus and things like that. But yeah, I highly recommend it. We have all three of these, and this is something that I'm gonna probably keep in my collection and read every now and then. But you can get it all in like a hardcover, which is great. It doesn't have the price listed here, but I'm gonna guess maybe $30, to get the whole thing. And it'll be a thick book, probably be over 200 pages or so. But yeah, I was hoping Grant Morrison and Dan Moore would get together and do more of these, because I really liked the three that they did. So, but yeah, totally recommend Klouse. And it's just something different, some different take. It's not really like, you don't feel like, like it's like holiday cheer when you're done reading it, but it's just like just nice action adventure starring Santa Claus as like this warrior kind of thing. So yeah, so check that one out. I also wanted, I when I was going through looking for different indie comics, like that had holiday themes and Christmas themes, and just trying to go through my own collection and finding different books to recommend. But I was going through the preview site, and I saw some awesome, I got to show you guys these, like some awesome variant covers that DC is doing with Santa Claus. And they're homages to to popular covers. And I just thought these were great. So I just wanted to show them to you. I know it's indie comics, but DC and Marvel, or these are two DC covers that have like a nice holiday kind of tilt to them. And the first one was this one with Green Lantern. I mean, I thought this was amazing, because I mean, anyone that knows this real cover is when Hal Jordan's going crazy with all the rings on his fingers from when he was turning into Parallax back in the day. And I thought this Santa cover was great. And the other one was this one, the Superman Action Comics #1 cover, where Superman's throwing the sleigh. I thought that was great, especially this elf right here. So much fun. But yeah, those, I guess, have been releasing, this month for DC and stuff. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. I figured I'd do some holiday stuff, because we love Christmas around here, and it's always our favorite time of year. A lot of fun stuff comes from Christmas, comics, and comics kind of go with it to me. Like I always love getting the comic specials of the Christmas stuff, so it's almost like watching like Rudolph, or the Christmas specials every year. So Peanuts, and especially Peanuts and stuff, and it kind of all goes together in my mind. So I thought maybe you guys weren't, some of you are aware of these books, some of you aren't, but I figured I'd throw them out there and see, put them on your list if you can, or grab that Christmas money you get, and go grab these books, after the holidays, and have them, for all time, so. But all right, everybody, thank you for checking us out. Subscribe, like, share the video, and also, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope you have a great New Year. And we will be back with live streams back in 2024, early 2024. But all right, everybody, have a great week, and read some comics. All right, goodbye.